Alright guys, hello and welcome back to The Long Dark. So last go round we stepped outside in the middle of the night to look at an aurora. I was looking at the video and it seems like the bear is really small, but I did watch it again just to confirm. He is there, he's visible, just very small. So now we're gonna head on back to the dam and we're gonna see about we're gonna see if the rest of those hides have cured, and then we're gonna see about maybe, moving on to another region. I gotta say, they did a really good job with the music for this game. It's really fitting. In some of the later regions, they also include some kind of, more foreboding, maybe not creepy, but darker themes, and those are just top tier. Good stuff. So the plan right now, once we get everything cured up and crafted, is to go through Forlorn Muskeg into the Broken Railroad section. And I'm hoping we can find wolves. I'm really, really hoping for a moose out there. It seems like they're easier to find, but we'll see. Either way, once we get done there, I think we'll go to Mountain Town, and then from there Hush River Valley, so we can go on ahead and get the Moosehide Satchel. Is that a rock or is that a wolf? What is that? That's a rock. That's gotta be a rock. It looks like a rock. That's a rock, okay. Those are all deer. Yep, all deer. Oh dear! Ha 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 ha. I am hilarious, dang it. There's also a dead guy here, so that's pretty nice. We can get some feathers, hopefully? Yes. Give me the feathers. What else you got there? A rack. Excuse me. It's kind of a foggy boy out here today. Oh, by the way, between episodes, I did Google Great Bear Island. Just why is this open? Oh well, just to see if Great Bear Island was a real place, and it looks like it's not. It seems to be based on Vancouver Island, though. Although Vancouver Island is larger than what's currently explorable in The Long Dark. This is based on some entries I saw from the Hinterlands forum itself, and not necessarily official info, although it looks like they have some pretty good sources for it, so. Just a little tidbit I thought you guys might like to know about. Okay. Man, I left my bedroll and everything. Did I take anything I was supposed to? Like, dang. Oh, bedroll's the only thing I left. Looks like. Okay, that's good. Well, let's have a look at the rest of these hides and see what they got going on. Not done yet. Those are done. Lovely. Nope, still working, still working, still working. Okay. So that means that I currently have... Let's see, I made the mitts and boots. I've got 3 deer hides and 8 gut. Well, that's enough to make the pants. Why don't I make the pants? Let's make the pants. Ah! If I can face the right direction, of course. We're gonna make some pants. Pants were invented by sailors in the 16th century. It was believed that the sight of naked sailors angered Poseidon, or whatever. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, go play Portal. And Portal 2. Play them both. They're fantastic. Alright. I see my condition dropping. I'm gonna fix that real quick. Yeah, I should have enough room for that MRE. Let's have a look. I did not. Oh my god. It's amazing how much calorie you can get out of an MRE. It's just wow. Alright, let's continue with the pants. I may be able to finish them. We'll have a look. I'll probably end up breaking that sewing kit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Do I have any more sewing kits? No, I do not. But I do have... That's gonna take a lot longer. I don't have any other sewing kits laying around, do I? The one downside. Okay. Well, we will just continue with the fishing tackle and hope for the best. Probably will not finish this before night falls, but we'll see. Nope, it's gonna yell at me. Okay. Okay. That's less than ideal, but we will make it work. It's kind of amazing how quickly the day passes when you're sitting there crafting all day, though. Ooh, Aurora. Very nice. Alright. It's just dark as heck. It's light enough to work by, but actually seeing in the game is tricky. So let's use a different piece of fishing tackle. And there we go. We have pants now. Well, we have different pants. These are slightly more waterproof, so there we go. Put them on the outside. And we will... I'm not gonna break down the snow pants. I'm actually going to keep those. I'll have a chance to repair them. It would be nice to know, oh, I've got snow pants saved elsewhere. Oh, I should probably eat and drink something. Finish that off. You can eat that, I hope. Yes. And drink that. Not gonna lie, the music or the ambience kind of reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it's just because it's creepy sounding, I don't know. These rabbit pelts are cured, the wolf hide is cured. We're still waiting on the gut, but that's okay. Let me see how many rabbit hides I need for a hat. Oh, we could make the hat also. But I think I will hold off on it because I want to actually make sure that I have a sewing kit for that. So we are basically ready to go. I've got everything I need. Just to double check, I've got... Oh yeah, skill book. I do have a skill book. Okay, cool. Sparks and tinder plugs. Got a bandage. Got clothes. I've got some food and some water. This needs to be gotten rid of. Remember, if you drop a ruined item, it'll just kind of exist in the environment. it will, it'll just poof into non-existence. Okay, yeah, I think we're ready. We're carrying a little more than I'd like, but we're not just, like, super over-encumbered. I do want to check on that lantern. We are technically slightly below a full lantern. I may as well just... Force of habit, let's go ahead and learn this muscle memory. Hey, let's make sure the lantern's refueled before we run off with it. And then we can stick that back in where it belongs. Okay, cool. Let's get a move on. A little chilly, that's alright, we'll make it work. You know what, I bet I left that gate open after I had that scare where it got stuck. I usually keep it closed, like, out of force of habit, just to keep wolves out, but that shouldn't really be an issue right now. So we are going to make a stop in Forlorn Muskeg. We're going to go to the old Spence family homestead, just because we've gone, or just because there's a lot of stuff there. We may stay and forge some stuff, I haven't decided yet. But even though there's wolves there, I probably will not waste a lot of time hunting them, because there's not an interior available at the homestead for me to cure the hides. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought again. You'd think with the tracks down here I'd have an easier time of it, but no, no. I'm still kind of salty I never did find that wolf, but that's how it goes sometimes. My advice, especially if you're hunting for meat, don't shoot unless you're certain you can catch it. If you're not sure you can hit it, don't shoot it. Oh wow. He was right there. crows aren't really... Oh. I was gonna say crows aren't really normally here, but no, I forgot about this dead body. If I hear crows and they're in a spot I don't normally expect them, that may mean I can find that wolf after all. But I'm not holding my breath. No sense in that. We better see about finding some junk food here. I only have one piece of meat left after all. No. My pry bar is at 94%. This one is at 100%. But honestly, for a pry bar, excuse me, I'm not too concerned about it. Firewood. I will take that under the circumstances. I may need it. But, otherwise, we're heading out. Let's go to Forlorn Muskeg. There's not actually a transition zone for this region. Some of the zones have a region that's have a transition zone, some of them don't. Some of them just have a cave that you have to go through. But this one doesn't. There's not a transition zone between Forlorn Muskeg or Broken Railroad, Mountain Town. There is a transition between Mystery Lake and Mountain Town. But Mountain Town and Forlorn Muskeg, nothing. Now this zone can be dangerous for many reasons. Right over here you can occasionally run into moose and bear if you're not cautious. I think they're further that general direction, but you can run into. But most of the time, I don't think I've ever seen a moose in this. No, that's a lie. I have not seen a moose in this region anywhere except the northwest corner, which we're not going to visit just yet, but we will on the way to Mountain Town. I've never seen one elsewhere, but other people have. I've seen them in other playthroughs. I've seen it on the maps. I know there's a possibility of it being there. I've just never seen it myself. There's also lots of wolves, so this can be a very dangerous region for that reason. There are some deer here, but they're not very common. Most of what you're going to find is predators, plus moose, and rabbits. Your bear actually spawns in a cave right over in that general vicinity, and he tends to wander right over in here. And if you do get caught by one of them and you aggro something, you can't just run away that direction, or even that direction. You can't. You really can't. The only safe places to traverse, the 100% safe to traverse locations, are the rail line and the edges. Because all that ice... Frozen, bear with me, there it goes. It's just thin ice. There are spots that it's okay to traverse, but there's also quite a bit of it that's not. So you can't just go running across the ice. You will get yourself killed. Is that the bear out there? It is. If you look real close, dead ahead, that moving blob, that is a bear. The graphical style sometimes makes it difficult to pinpoint things at a distance. And especially if it doesn't help that the bear and the rocks are the same color. Or they're similar enough that you might not be able to tell the difference. That is a pair of driving gloves. I don't care about that. But what do we have here? Antiseptic. Oh, a piece of coal. I will pick that up. I do need that for right now. No. I wouldn't mind picking up some junk food just because I really don't want to have to hunt out here. It's a pain in the ass with all the thin ice. So let's see what we can find. I'm not worried about those. No. I've got rabbit skin mitts. I will pick that up. And those. Not gonna worry about that hacksaw. Don't really care about that. That's a skill book. I'll take that. 2 skill books right next to each other? What? Amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that. Okay. I still have some sprint juice. Which is good, because the old Spence family homestead is on the opposite bank of this lake. I don't even think I can locate it right now. I know it's over there. There's the bear again. Dead ahead that way. You can kind of see him ambling down the hill. There's also some crows over there, and it's probably a human carcass, but I'm not sure. Most of the time, you're gonna have bears to the north and wolves to the south. But, there is also a bear way down at the other end of the rail line that wanders off over this way, so that's not necessarily a surefire guarantee. This is a dangerous place to begin with if you're not playing on passive. So, lots and lots of dangerous critters out here. And not very many passive ones. That looks like a wolf dead ahead on the rail line. Yeah. Like I said, sometimes they're hard to see when they're just really far off and they're just blobs. Just kind of the graphical style of the game. It's not a bad thing, it's just different. Honestly, I think the style of graphics is one of the things that gives the game its charm. I really like it. If you look real close out there, you will actually see it's a radio tower that's been toppled over. There's another radio tower that away, and a third one. We actually saw it when we came in, but it's there, but it's hard to see at the angle that we're at. No, I lied. There it is. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's tricky to see things. You know how it is. So, those radio towers, they don't really do much of anything. Sometimes there's supplies at the base of them. But I mean, look at this. This is a whole pack of wolves right here. If you weren't playing on passive, I mean, you'd be having a run for your money here. They'll do that sometimes on passive. Scared the crap out of me the first time it happened, because I was like, oh god, I'm supposed to be playing on passive. Did I forget? Also, why is it suddenly foggy? I don't like that. That is going to make it extremely difficult to navigate. That is really cool. I've never actually seen a fog roll in like that. That's amazing. They really put the details down in this game. I love it. Some crows circling over there. But like I said, I'm not about to cross this ice. There is a particular path that I take that is tried and true, and that I know will not cause me to fall through, or has very limited capability of making me fall through. This right here it should still be safe ice. You just have to be cautious. Don't go too far away from the rail line. It's close enough that I may startle him. Okay, good. Just making sure. If you get close enough to scare them, sometimes they may turn around and before the AI figures out it's supposed to be on passive, it may decide to attack you, so. It's like when you sneak up behind them when they're eating something. So. Whew. I need a nap. Well, with this fog, I may not try to cross the ice like this. It's probably a bad idea. There's a deer carcass over there, right under those crows. And that little, it's hard to see through the fog, but that little section of rock there has the bear cave. It kind of waters off that direction. Yeah, I think with this fog, I think I'd rather just go straight to Broken Railroad and we'll come back to Old Smith's family homestead. They both have forges anyway, and that's why I've been picking up the coal. So. There's a hunting blind out there too, and you can get to it. You have to like traipse around the edge to get to it. And further that direction is the Marsh Ridge, which you would have to climb up to get to. That contains the transition zone to Mountain Town, and it's also the only place in this entire map, in this region, that I have seen a moose. So, if we don't find one in Broken Railroad, we might find one up there. And the main reason I focus on them is because they're so hard to find. I really only need one hide to make what I need to make. Once I have it, I don't really need to worry about anything else. Because everything else is common enough that I'm like, I can just go get it later. Under the circumstances, I will pick up this firewood. I'm gonna need it to do the thing. Work the forge. That's the word I'm looking for. It is not my day for words, apparently. I have my caffeine. I had lunch. Maybe it's just my brain going, ha, it's your day off. You're not going to do anything productive. And I'm just kind of like, okay. And that right there, that tunnel is the way to Broken Railroad. It's a straight shot. All you gotta do is follow the rail line, at least until you get to the Broken Railroad section. Lots of wolves there, too. And once again, there's not a transition zone here, we're just immediately in here. Now there are, once again, lots of wolves. There is also, I believe it's just one bear spawn and one moose spawn. But there are deer here, so it's a little bit less dangerous in terms of what's here. The trouble you have is that this region is very small, very compact, and so you look one way, you might see a pack of wolves, you look the other way, you might see a bear, and you look the other way, you might see a herd of deer. And that small size means that it may be difficult to avoid predators, because they can kind of see you across the map if your settings are turned up high enough. That is a waterfall off in the distance you're hearing. And it's actually down a hill that way. There's actually a landslide up here that prevents you from following the rail line directly for a bit. You have to kind of take a roundabout path that way. It's just tricky for me to find with the fog. Not impossible, but tricky. I think that hillside down there, you can go down it, but it's very steep, and you might end up hurting yourself going down. I believe this is the spot. It's easier to get down. Yeah, I think this is it. They both lead down, it's just that I think this particular part of the hill is less prone to give you a sprain. Yeah, here we go. This is good. Now, Broken Railroad does not have the thin ice concerns that the 4-alarm muskeg does. so you can cross this no problem. And man, it is hard to see. There's a wolf right there. He's there. This is the way we want to go. Yet another tree bridge. Those are fun. You think tree bridges are bad, though? Wait till we get to Ash Canyon and you start seeing the swinging rope bridges. Those are funny. Because you're just like, oh god. How do I cross this? Very carefully. That is the answer. Very carefully. Tell you what, they don't call this the Quiet Apocalypse for nothing. It's like silent out here, dang. Here's power lines. So this is the other side of the railroad. Landslide is that way. And, oh, it's actually right there. And then this is the way we continue going. There's two big spots in here that we're gonna hit. One of them is the, supply shed. And then the other one is a, hunting lodge up the hill a ways. And I'll show them both to you, of course. We should check and see if there's anything worth getting over here. Oh, little camp. Nope, just a person there back. I guess I'll take them ketchup chips. Running a little bit low on foodstuffs at the moment, so it's not a bad idea. And right up here, you can actually see the locomotive engine here. And, every once in a while there's a supply chest on it, like a little tiny green box that you can open, but meh. It's another little landslide, but it's one we can get through. It's no big deal. Still got a rail line to follow. it's not so much the rail line you're following here as it is power lines. Because the rail line will actually end. There's a bridge up ahead that's out that we can't cross. But there's also power line continues that direction. And that's where we need to go. Now this place is almost always just full of wolves. So if you're not playing on passive, be very cautious coming here. Here we are. Oh, there's a wolf right there. Get out of here, kid. There's also feathers here. Means there's probably a dead body inside the hut here. Yep. Dead guy. And a bullet, yes. They're not carrying anything though. I'm gonna go. I know we're running on passive, but sometimes it just makes me feel better to know that I have a fighting chance if a wolf decides to come at me. There's another one. That is interesting. It's like they hear me and they go, ooh, a thing, and as soon as they realize that I'm a human, they run away. That is an interesting take on the AI that I have not seen before. So there's that. Don't really care about that. I don't think you can close this door, unfortunately. But that's okay. I can look around and see what we can find. They'll generally stay out of here anyway. More ketchup chips, I guess. Look at this. I mentioned that in the last episode. I want to know who the heck put a bed out here. Like, sir, this is the outdoors. It's understandable for me to sleep outside because I'm in a survival situation. But what the hell were you doing sleeping out here like this, huh? I have to admit, it's kind of creepy hearing the wolves out there. They just walk right by the entrance like it's nothing. Alright, this is the maintenance shed. This is where I wanted to go in the first place. I am going to briefly look around and just see what all I can get. Now, I am picking up junk food now, because I do need something. And because I haven't started hunting out here, there's not really a lot for me to work with in my inventory. Now, you can break down these boxes up here for firewood. Sometimes there's other stuff up here too, but I'm not gonna jack with it right now. You have your workbench, of course. This one's got a whetstone on it, which is nice. Man, I got lots of skill books. Good stuff. There's a cloth in there. Here's some more wood. Coal. we will need the coal here in just a little bit. Crow feather, hey, I'll take it. I don't think I need the leather right now. But, on the other hand... excuse me. It's difficult to find cured leather, and so it may be worth carrying it around, just because it's so hard to find. Because everything you make, you have to repair with hides, except the moose hide satchel. That actually requires leather to cure and to repair. And I don't think you can make cured leather. I think you can only find it or harvest it from existing items, which means eventually you'll run out of it. And then your only choice will be to make another moose hide satchel from scratch. Alright. Now I am carrying too much to be able to run. That's okay. I don't have too much further to go, and I'm actually going to drop my firewood and my coal right over here anyway. That will come in handy. I'm not going to grab it right this second, but it's good to know it's there. Soda, heck yeah. Alright, so let's drop all this firewood, because this is where it needs to be anyway. There we go. And this is a forge. We're going to need that. We're going to use that in the next episode. It's getting pretty close to time to end it for me here, so... we'll have to wait until next go-round, but we are going to use it. Right now, we're just going to kind of see what we got available. I think I will go ahead and take that. Yeah, I guess I can do that. More water. I will always take water. Okay. What else we got going on here? And this here's the actual, like, quote-unquote living quarters. Another skill book? Jeez! The game is just giving them out at this point. Flashlight. See if there's anything good in these lockers. Ammo! Yes! More ammo. Watch, I'm never gonna find all this much ammo in one spot again. Look at this nonsense. Okay. I think I'll spend the rest of my day reading some of these skill books. Man. That was good stuff. It's about getting some food on my system there. I'm already kind of dehydrated. Now that one's kind of in the low condition range, so I better wait on that. I want to make sure I have antibiotics on hand before I consume anything that's yellow like that. And of course these drinks are heavier than most of the other stuff, but they provide both calories and hydration, so sometimes it's beneficial to go after them first. So there we go. Maybe one more. Perfect. Alright. And, I think I will go on ahead and end the episode here. It's been a fun day, wandering through multiple regions. Even if most of it was foggy, we couldn't really see anything. Oh, we have blizzard conditions, so it looks like our next episode we're going to start out reading some skill books. So, hope to see you guys then.